Welcome once again to How to Relate to Anyone. Here is Dr. Orv Owens.
Welcome back to How to Relate to Anyone. The ability to be that flexible that you can relate to any person based upon their values, their wants, their needs is vitally important in whatever your business, or in your social life, or in your family life. So today we're going to look at something that is positive upon positive. We're going to look at two words that govern areas of your behavior, and you do these things without even thinking about it. But knowing what you're doing and being effective in using this in a positive way and building on it is what we hope to achieve with today's lesson. We're looking at enthusiasm, getting excited about something, or excitement, really excited. And they seem to be the same thing, but they're really not. So we want to look at the emotions and how our emotions work and how our mind works in dealing with excitement and dealing with enthusiasm, and how to enjoy excitement to the maximum and how to maintain enthusiasm. Basically, here's what we look at. Excitement is based upon something that has happened right now. Isn't that exciting? Type thing. Fireworks just went off. That's exciting stuff. Happy birthday to you. That's exciting stuff. And so excitement is something that plays a big part on our happiness and on our feeling of well-being and our feeling of having a life, being alive. It's all part of it. But our emotions play such a large part in everything about us, including our productivity and our relationships and our communication skills, and all those things are all controlled by or affected by our emotions. And so to be able to understand our emotions and use them rather than abuse them is very, very important. So positive emotions create a warmth, a genuine warmth between you and your clients, between you and your employees. Positive reinforcement of a relationship is always a very positive thing. And so when we look at excitement, excitement is generated by a happening that we either didn't anticipate, in other words, it was greater than we thought it would be, or it's something that has built up, and finally now it happens, and we're so excited about it happening. My son and his family just returned from Europe, and they took not only the three children, but they also took her mom and dad, in-laws. And they had a great time in visiting Europe. And the build-up to it was just fun to kind of watch, because they started talking about it 6 months ago, and putting the dollars aside, and what kind of clothes are we going to wear, and researching what do we want to look at, what do we want to see, what do we want to make sure we see that. All of that, building up until the day came and they got on that airplane and flew away to Rome, Italy is where they landed first. Well, they're back now, and after watching a bunch of pictures online that they took while they were there in Europe, it was obvious they were really having a good time. And so I'm looking forward. Haven't had chance yet even to sit down with them. All of that is exciting stuff. It's exciting. And and the interesting part is they can look at their pictures now that they've taken and be just as excited as if they were, oh, I remember when I was there. Yeah, that type of thing. And so we do this in life, and this is maybe a once-in-a-lifetime thing for not only mom and dad, but the children and the grandchildren and so on. So we have those things in life. So I want to introduce you to a diagram of outside living in. Outside in living. And this diagram, if you'll notice now, the circle is you. That's you. That's your world. And your mind and where you trap all of your actions and reactions and behavior and so on. The arrow is pointing in because we're living outside in, and outside in creates excitement. Outside exciting things create excitement in your mind. So you'll see I have listed here a big sale and a great commission. You can get pretty excited about that. That's pretty great. Or you'll see from a frame of reference of maybe a management situation, just got a new contract with a raise in pay and a big bonus. You've done so well on the job, we're going to give you a big bonus and a raise in pay. Maybe even a new title, going from supervisor to manager or whatever. That creates a lot of excitement because already you have some ideas of what you're going to do with that extra money, that bonus money. You start spending it before you even have it in your pocket usually because you're so excited. And you call home and guess what? Got this big bonus and a raise in pay. Can't even wait to get home to tell your spouse about this great thing that's happening. And that's right. It's the right thing in life because we need excitement. We do things to create excitement in our life. And if you're not excited with living, if you have trouble getting up in the morning and making it through the day and you're kind of grumpy, get excited about something. Good night. Get involved in something. Join the Boy Scouts. Become a Boy Scout leader, Girl Scout leader. Get involved in your church choir. Get involved teaching a Sunday school class. Get involved going down to some of the places where they serve people off the streets food and stuff and be a servant for a day. You'll be surprised what kind of excitement that will create for you in your life. Just doing things to touch lives in a positive way. I have the great advantage as a psychologist and as a lecturer to be able to talk all this positive stuff to people all over the country and all over the world over the years, and I get excited about it because there's never two audiences exactly the same. I'm excited about talking to you today. I don't know who you are, but you're out there, and I'm excited about sharing with you what I'm sharing with you. Excitement carries with it a positive that people can feel. And when people are not excited with life, you can feel that also. They're just kind of a downer. They pull you down. They're a drag to be around. They're not fun. They're not whatever. So, if you get that excited about a raise in pay, or you get excited about a trip to Europe, or if you get excited about something that happened to your family. I went to a football game for one of my grandchildren this year, and they threw him the ball, and he took off, and nobody could catch him. All the way, touchdown. What an exciting moment in a I guess, ninth grader's life. I think he was ninth grader at that time. His first touchdown, his first year to play football, his first touchdown. He's a very fast runner, and I knew he would do well because he is very fast. And I knew they would see him out running all the rest of the kids on the team, so they're going to get a ball in his hands somehow or other. And he scored. And now he's about ready to start summer program for next year, and he's really excited because he had a good year. Got a lot of accolades, a lot of recognition, and grew, learned a lot of stuff. That's all excitement stuff. But excitement can be wiped out real quick with a downer if something bad turns out. You know, we were going to, and then we found out that that whole thing was canceled. We were going to that big banquet, and all of a sudden we find out that we've lost our tickets and we no longer have the tickets. Now what are we going to do? And you go through all that. That's the problem with excitement. Excitement is good because it makes life worthwhile. Exciting things it's the frosting on the cake of life, really. But I would tell you sometimes the frosting falls on the floor. Sometimes we frost the floor instead of the cake. And so excitement can go away as fast as it comes if things don't go exactly right. Enthusiasm, as you'll see from this diagram, comes from the inside out. Enthusiasm is generated by a knowledge of what you can and cannot do, what you can achieve, or what you have achieved, or the skills you have developed. You have enthusiasm for something if you know you're going to do well with it. The ability to develop skills and turn the natural abilities into capabilities and develop your talents to maximum will generate an enthusiastic lifestyle. So let's look at enthusiasm. Here once again you are, and the arrow points outward. That's living inside out. That's enthusiasm. It's coming from your inner attitudes and your inner control, your mindset, your value system, your beliefs, your energy. All of that produces enthusiasm. And enthusiasm is more consistent than excitement because enthusiasm comes from the inside out and has nothing to do with what's going on outside. So you've been challenged now to do this, this, and this, and you get halfway through and you find out you're not going to be able to do this. But you know that you can get creative and somehow or other make it happen. Or it crashes and you have to rebuild it. But you know you can rebuild it because your enthusiasm comes from knowing what you can achieve, what you can be, what you have achieved in the past and your history and all of your credentials, talents, capabilities. All of those things are part of the knowledge that creates enthusiasm. And enthusiasm should be as steady as a rock, just consistent. Enthusiastic every day. Wake up enthusiastic. My wife says, "Why do you sing first thing in the morning?" Because I've got a new day. Shouldn't we be excited about the new day? Sing a song, say something positive, put a grin on your face. So now I was able to relate to my clients' values. That's something to be enthusiastic about, because your ability to relate to your clients' values will determine how much repeat and referral business you have, what your closing ratio is going to be. All of that's based upon your ability to relate to your client's value system. And you'll know when you have done that. You get back in your car and you're driving away after a sales presentation. Maybe you sold a life insurance policy, or maybe you sold some stock, or maybe you sold a house, whatever. and you're driving away, and you go, all of a sudden you find yourself humming, even if you're not a hummer. Because you're just feeling good, and it's that enthusiasm of achieving a personal goal, being productive, helping people achieve their personal goals. All of that creates tremendous enthusiasm, and it's a staying power that creates you consistent in your day-to-day behavior, your day-to-day successes in business. From a business standpoint, for you that are in business for yourself or work for somebody, our creativity paid off in a new contract with a bonus. That generates some true enthusiasm. We have been creative, and from that creativity comes recognition with a new contract, and frosting on the cake is a bonus. Wow! So excitement is great, but it can wane. It can be shot down. It can have cold water poured on it. Enthusiasm is greater because it can't wash away. Because I can do what I can do, and if I don't do it right the first time, I'm going to keep on doing it until I get it right. And that's called productivity and personal growth and personal development. And all those are positive things. As a manager, you have to encourage people to keep on keeping on, keep trying. Maybe the next thing they do will be a magic, something wonderful. If they just keep on keeping on. And of course, as a salesperson, you can't take a lost sale as, I'm just not very good. You can't do that. You might lose some of your enthusiasm, or excitement, I mean. You might lose some of your excitement if you lose a sale. But if you know you're a good salesperson and you have a great product, you'll stay enthusiastic, and you'll come back and you'll shake that off, and you'll say that somebody else is waiting for me right now to purchase my product or my service. Both enthusiasm and excitement are great. But you can generate and create enthusiasm with the knowledge of your skill set, your dedication, your determination, your consistency. All of those things are the foundation for why you're enthusiastic. And the great thing is, the more enthusiastic you are, the more often you will be excited, because enthusiasm will carry the day. Enthusiasm will get you out of bed. Enthusiasm will get you to go to work. Enthusiasm will get you to do the tough things that are not fun to do. It disciplines you. To stay enthusiastic, you have to be doing the right things. You have to know you're growing. You have to know you're being productive. You have to know that this is going to be the red letter day. This is going to be the day that we achieve those goals we've been working so hard on. And we set goals in order to be excited, but we achieve goals that create enthusiasm. So, excitement is great. Enthusiasm is greater. And it's all up to you. Be excited about things that work well. Realize when things don't work well, your excitement's going to wane a bit. It's going to. It's just going to. There's no way around it. You can't be excited about failure. But you can be enthusiastic by the fact that you can give it another shot. You can go at it again. There's other opportunities. There's other days. Because life is still out there. And you write your own ticket. You either make it or break it. You either dedicate it or you lose your dedication. Enthusiasm will keep your dedication high. And here's what dedication does. Dedication generates the creative juices it takes to do new and better things, become better at what you're doing, achieve higher goals. All those things come from excitement, enthusiasm, and a knowledge that you have untapped natural abilities that you're developing every day, and that's enough to keep you enthusiastic in itself.